The western coast of the United States is suffering from a severe drug epidemic largely caused by the COVID-19 pandemic, which has led to mass homelessness and addiction. The pandemic came at a poor time in which Oregon had just decriminalized all recreational drug use. The state was left without the resources to fight drug and homelessness problems and to provide proper rehabilitation methods while having to focus on the bigger problem of the pandemic. Now, major cities along the West Coast, such as San Francisco, Portland, and Seattle, are home to many homeless camps that have shut down restaurants and businesses in the city centers. This has created an air of hostility around the homeless population and the United States government that has served to exacerbate the current American class divide. While most content creators agree that the government is at fault for the sudden increase in homeless population, they make this point through an overall animalization of the homeless community themselves. They do this through composition, set dressing, shaky camera movements, and camera angles to portray the homeless as being unclean, dangerous, and even subhuman. Composition is one of the most important ways that this message is distilled. In many of these videos, composition is used to show social workers or police officers as being above the homeless population. The consistent use of levels helps to show the homeless as physically lower than the people around them. In many situations, social workers or the YouTuber themselves can be seen looking down on the homeless individual through the composition. This creates an appearance of subhumanism. Compositions in which trash intertwine with nature are also common. In many instances, these videos show a natural sight in the woods with piles of trash covering the natural beauty. This shows the homeless as unclean, but also posits them as a threat to the environment. By contrasting nature with trash and other debris, these content creators show the homeless as not just a passive and dirty entity, but an active threat to the natural environment. Through set dressing and the visibility of certain objects on screen, these features are emphasized. In almost every video, shots are shown in which extensive debris is littering the viewer's vision. The more extreme the mess, the more it is shown and highlighted on these creators' channels. There are many items that these creators like to highlight to show the dangers of these homeless people, such as exposed needles and burning items. The symbolism seen here of a burning tent highlights how creators attempt to portray the homeless as dangerous or harmful. Adding to the mise-en-scène, ridiculous postures and movements are often highlighted. These creators use extensive footage of homeless people nodding out or bending over. They also show many clips in which homeless individuals are lying down in awkward or dangerous positions. These portrayals help to show them as subhuman, as they are being shown in positions in which they are lacking most of their basic human and cognitive functioning. Erratic movements also help to portray the homeless as chaotic and unpredictable, traits that are often associated with danger. Adding to this unpredictability, low lighting is often used when talking to the homeless in order to increase tension and emotions of fear for the audience when dealing with homeless people. Camera angles are used to a similar effect as composition in these videos. In many instances, high-angle shots are used in order to show the homeless as beneath the YouTuber. With the YouTuber often holding the camera, this gives the impression that the viewer is looking down on the homeless. Throughout the videos, we don't see them at eye level, but instead look down upon them, giving them a weaker and damaged portrayal, while non-homeless individuals are shot from lower or medium angles. Oftentimes, a shaky camera shot is taken of the homeless as well, in order to make them appear more volatile and dangerous. The shaky camera increases the movement in the video and adds to the tension of each clip, making it seem less scripted and more genuinely chaotic. Finally, these YouTube documentaries use oftentimes absurd titles that highlight their attention-seeking nature. Titles like Fuck the Environment, Hell on the Streets, and I Investigated the Underground City of Mole People are intentionally provocative and in some cases clearly disrespectful. Generally, these YouTube videos portray homeless people as far more unstable than they really are. Much of the way these homeless individuals are represented is agreed upon in the literature I discovered. For a long time, established media has portrayed these people as overtly hygienic and somewhat dangerous. However, YouTube has taken this even further with the need for clickbait titles and moments serving to provide motivation to animalize these individuals. They are also now being shown as a more active threat to children, businesses, and the environment. Calling them mole people or consistently showing them as lacking human functioning while highlighting their unpredictability will and already is having an effect on how these homeless individuals are viewed. In a bid to take shots at the current U.S. political sphere and presidency, these creators have turned towards the animalization of the homeless. In many ways, they are an easy target, and these creators are profiting hugely off of extreme negative portrayals that bring in views and likes. Seemingly without much ethical concern, these YouTubers will do whatever they need to show the situation as shocking and worthy of online coverage. While these videos do help to bring awareness to the homeless of the American West, they go about it in the wrong way. Instead of showing them as real people who need help, they choose to construct a story around a failing country that has led these individuals to fall beneath a human standard.